Alright guys, so just going to do a quick video explaining the differences, I guess, between sim racing on a PC versus a console. And this is my setup currently, so I've got an i9 12900K processor. I've got all-in-one cooler up the top, I've got fans all over the place, and of course a Asus ROG STRIX 3090 on board as well. The rig, full aluminium from GT Omega. You can see I've got two screens there. One is a high refresh ultra wide, and then on top there I've got a screen that I use for all the other programs that I'd run, like timing apps or telemetry if I'm doing practice sessions, stuff like that. Yeah, the webcam there I have moved. That used to be kind of down low, but that's been rejigged. And then you can see here then that, you know, I do have a Fanatec DD2, and the benefits here is we're able to actually go into the DD2 and start testing settings, making changes, while kind of sitting in the rig. This is something that you probably won't be able to do on a console, and you can see there just running a quick LED test and check. Then I've got a Stream Deck. Now I mainly use this for like sim settings, like, you know, traction control. And what I've got here is in Assetto Corsa Competizione, I've got all of the different categories like GT3, GT4, and then within each one of them I've got all of the cars, and within each manufacturer I've got the type of car. So there you can see the NSX Evo and then the Evo 22, which is the latest, and the same with the Audi, the Evo and the Evo 2 as well is in there. So I have that for all of them, so quite handy, and again stuff that you know, just scratching the surface as to maybe some advantages on the PC. In addition to that, I also recommend that people, you know, if you're on PC, you can map and bind your buttons like seat forward, seat back and stuff like that, and this can be done on a sim by sim basis. But yeah, we'll leave it there and let's get into the actual PC games themselves and see what else is on offer. And when you do make the move from console onto PC, this is some of the stuff that you can look forward to. So this is Assetto Corsa, and I suppose with the Australian Grand Prix coming up, I decided to run the Albert Park track, but this is the oh, nice slide there. This is the 2019 Mercedes F1 car. This is another mod by Racing Studio, and again, the car is a mod. The skin it's running is a mod, and yeah, you can see it's Lewis, all right, and you know, same helmet, same everything from that particular year, and you can see the detail on the steering wheel, like the RPM, the ERS deployment, the regen, and all that stuff. So it's the full shebang, and it's all running like an actual racing simulator physics, you know. So it's all pretty good, pretty hyper, and it feels it as well. But yeah, and this is the thing, when you do get into PC racing, like, it does open up new doors for you. You know, such as like Formula 1 in simulators as well. But there's also like Formula 2, there's also the junior formulas, there's a lot on offer. And then I suppose likewise you take that same car, well, same type of car, into Automobilista 2, and then we have the their take on the modern Formula 1 car, which is just absolutely epic. I mean, here's on board Verstappen's Red Bull in the, you know, at the Suzuka circuit, and again, just listen to it. Yeah, so again, same kind of thing, two different simulators trying to replicate kind of the modern take on Formula 1, including the wheel locks and stuff like that. Yeah, but I mean, again, an Automobilista, which is a brilliant simulator. I'm going to show you another car that it does really well also, but again, that's only a PC only title at the moment. So again, it opens up more to you. I mean, in Automobilista 2, we can do this Formula 1, we can do old touring cars, modern prototypes, and in fact, we're going to jump into a modern prototype in the Brazilian series, and just kind of show you kind of a little bit of what's on offer that you just won't get in any other sim title. So we'll go there next and we'll have a look. Okay, so for this one I decided to actually jump into the car as I'm kind of talking this one through, and drive at the same time, right? So This here is a LMP, no sorry, it's not an LMP, it's a P1, and basically what it is, it's a prototype car that runs in the Brazilian Endurance Series. So the Brazilian Endurance Series has P1, 2, 3 and 4. They also run like GT3s and stuff like that, GT4s I believe. But again, what this would be like to anyone that's unfamiliar, and you know, I was unfamiliar until I picked up Automobilista 2. It's kind of like an LMP2 car, kind of, and then the other prototype series or other prototype classes are just kind of a step below, let's say, the Le Mans kind of equivalent, but still as much fun, I have to say. You can definitely feel the downforce on this. It definitely feels grippy and pointy at the front, and it's got a good mix of everything, but at the same time you are being made aware that it's going to punish you if you overdrive it. So where this kind of fits into that kind of console versus PC thing, I mean, again, it's another option, another car, another series that most people would not have heard of, and Automobilista 2 being just a PC only title at the moment, you know, to kind of sample different types of motorsport, different genres, different everything, different countries, even this track Curitiba, Brazilian circuit nonetheless, and I don't believe this is on any other simulator either. Certainly I don't believe it to be on any console game or anything like that. So again, just, you know, it's just kind of the extra stuff and the extra things you can get on a PC, in my opinion, does make it quite different. Now, if you're racing on console, if you have, like, let's say Assetto Corsa, Project Cars 2, or no matter, you know, even Formula 1 or whatever, and you're having fun, then keep at it. You know, and I think like GT7 is kind of, since that's come out, that's really, you know, turned it up a gear. I believe the new Forza is due out soon as well. But that being said, like, there are kind of some titles out there, let's say more advanced simulators that are running very advanced physics calculations in the modelling of them. This would be one of them, and you know, from what I understand, that PCs generally have the processing power, usually, to be able to run the actual physics calculations quite handily enough. And not only that, when it comes to actual game updates as well, like, game updates will be pushed out on Steam typically at will by the developer, where with the likes of the PS Network and stuff, and even on the Xbox side of things as well, that has to go through like a lot of checks and stuff like that, because, you know, it's being pushed out as GA, and basically the console developers and manufacturers and stuff want to be sure that crap is not being pushed out, and they're quite strict around that. And I believe it does cost money to the developers if they have to submit like more than once or something along those lines. But that's one of the reasons why, you know, for example, the Assetto Corsa Competizione updates take so long to get out onto console versus PC. But yeah, guys, you get the point. It's just a lot of stuff, I suppose, that the PC will offer you that it's just not available on the consoles yet, unfortunately. Is one better than the other? Kind of, yeah, but that doesn't mean that you cannot have fun on a console. Like again, as I said earlier, I started racing on a console. Project Cars 2, I had my G920, and even modern games like Formula 1, GT7 and stuff like that, you can have great fun. You can have great fun with them. You're still driving, you're still having fun, you're still getting a car around the track. And even if the physics is a little different, even if the physics is, you know, a little, let's say, different in place, so the car doesn't behave a certain way, we can assume that for the most part it's going to be quite similar, it's going to be quite accurate. So I would say, you know, just go have fun, don't worry about things too much. But this video really is aimed at those people who are considering making that move to PC. They have console and they've got a bit of budget there for a PC. I won't get too much into PC specs at the moment because we'll be here all day. But I will say, go with the highest spec that you can afford, and then try and stretch another 100 or 200 bucks beyond that, because yeah, you definitely don't want to, you know, as much as you can avoid it, like, try not to cheap out on a PC, because, you know, at that point you're probably better off a console. Like, the modern consoles are quite decent, but I mean, by all means, if you can afford like a mid to high end PC, I mean, that's a totally different conversation. But yeah, we leave it there, guys. We've had a look through a couple of different options. I've covered a couple of different sims. Why I think they're quite good. Like, we see an Assetto Corsa, which, you know, on PC is basically like a modding bible almost. You know, there's tons of stuff available. We then took that same car, or the same genre, like being Formula 1, into Automobilista 2. And the Automobilista 2 one isn't a mod, by the way. That's actually Reed's own take on that particular model of F1 car. And there's loads of different models of F1 cars in AMS2. In addition to the prototype we've seen, they've got the Brazilian stock cars and stuff like that. But all of the sims on PC typically tend to have a lot more content, usually. And not only that, but there's also a lot more content can be downloaded off the likes of, you know, Race Department and other similar websites. Yeah, in addition to that, then, I mean, there's obviously the whole, you know, settings and even wheelbase profiles that you can download. I won't get into that now, but in short, it's just like Pandora's box on a PC. The stuff you can download, not just game related, but also like timing apps and stuff like that, which I'll do on a separate video. But for this one, I'll leave this one here, guys. Again, I don't take the elitist route that a lot of, well, not a lot, but some PC gamers might take. You know, everyone's budget is going to be different. You can have great fun on a console, but like I say, this video is aimed specifically at those people that are considering moving to PC, thinking, okay, money is not an option, or not a problem. I've got the money, I've got the budget, but should I do it? And hopefully this video has helped explain some of the pros and cons, and just things to be aware of, really, you know, in the game content itself, and maybe what you can do. But yeah, like I say, on PC, there's a lot of leagues that are accessible, and Discord and stuff like that, similar to console. But I think the PC side of things is a little bit more built up, let's say. But yeah, we leave it there, guys. Thanks again for watching. Yeah, and until the next one, I'll probably go through like some of the extra things that you can do on PC on the next one. But yeah, for now, we'll leave this one here, and yeah, thanks again.